Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 18th September 2023. My name is T.S.V. Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Hardan, 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 Haribol, TRSV, Nectar, NECTAR, Nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video in this vlog is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is a mere continuation of all that we have been doing in my past videos. Kindly subscribe to this vlog and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of all my other past or future videos. So let us continue with the discussion of topic for today's video. In this video, I would like to delve on a very important topic. The title of this topic is Don't Blame Anyone Except Yourself for Whatever Happens to You. In other words, in short, it is don't blame. I will try to begin this topic of discussion with a very true story that I was myself a witness to in my lifetime during my period in Delhi. I was working in the internal audit department section of a particular company. This company's managing director, Mr. Chandar Mohan Chadha's father, was the business magnate who had founded this particular business house. The name of that illustrious father was Mr. Atma Ram Chadha. Mr. Atma Ram Chadha was born on 19th November 1917 in some village or township in West Punjab, which is now a province in the newly created country of Pakistan. This guy was the eldest among all his siblings in the household. His father was a shopkeeper, but he died when Mr. Atmanam Chadha was just 15 years old. Due to his own destiny, karma, luck, determination, hard work, enterprise, industriousness, ambition, etc. Mr. Atmaram Chadha, who had relocated to the east side of Punjab in India after partition, rose to dizzy heights. He started his own business group, which was the sole dealer of ACC cements in India by then. This man, who was so illustrious, hardworking, and very well known and revered, wrote his autobiography in the 60s or 70s. His autobiography was titled The Fault Is Mine. This was the title of his autobiography. Fault is Mine. People who knew this iconic and legendary figure were surprised and intrigued by looking at the title of that autobiography. They asked Mr. Atmanram Chadha, why have you titled your autobiography as Fault is Mine? He smiled and replied benignly, this is the sole secret to my own success. A person who was born in a shopkeeper's house in West Punjab had done so well in business that his property, even in the 70s and 80s, amounted to hundreds of crores. He had buildings, commercial setups, theater, school, college, etc., named in his own name. It was already a legend in Delhi by then. You would be surprised to know that the erstwhile ex Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, was born on the same day, month, and year that Mr. Atma Ram Chadha was born. That is 19th November 1917. Both were aware of this fact and they had themselves photographed with each other. Both reached dizzy heights in their different walks of life. We are talking about Mr. Atman Ram Chadha in this video. Why did he say, fault is mine? The reply was as follows. He said, many things occur in our life because of various factors in nature, atmosphere, surrounding, and in the society. This could be due to some other causes too. But whenever something wrong happened to me, I always tried to ponder over the situation and look carefully. I found that invariably I myself or my own deeds were the cause or root of that problem. Whatever calamities or disasters happened in my life had their roots in my own psyche, and activities and doings. What we sow, so we reap. If we sow a seed that gives thorny bushes, then we cannot expect fruits like mangoes or apples from them when that particular seed sprouts into a plant and then becomes a tree. A cactus seed will always remain a cactus shrub in its later years. It cannot become a banyan tree. Similarly, our own doings and undoings in life are rooted in our own efforts, thinking, whims, fantasies, choices that we make in our life, and so on. Hence, if we want to succeed in life, we must never blame others for our own plight. We alone are responsible for our own doing or undoing. Nobody can be blamed for this with the expectation that that person will change on our behalf. It will not happen that way. If we are in trouble, it is we who have to change. Mr. Atmaram Chadha said that nothing succeeds like success. Never ever blame others for their failures and never ever celebrate other people's failures. What happened to them may happen to you also. This is some some saying for which there are several examples. Nobody can say that he or she was whole soul responsible for his or her success or failure. However, the root cause for that particular success or failure lay in their own doings or undoings. Yes, there are several factors which affect our efforts, our trials, our tribulations, and our trying to achieve something big. However, from our side, as the Lord Krishna said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the Mahabharata to Prince Arjuna, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते ma phaleshu kadachana. That is, you have the right to do your duty, but you do not have the right to decide on its results. Then he said, never ever get attached to not doing your duty and never ever think that you are responsible for whatever is happening in this world. Hence, please keep doing your duty and hope for the best. Always think positive. Never be negative in thought to succeed in life in the long run. Negative thoughts and deeds may give you some initial success, but they are ultimately going to land you on the pits of hell. On at the same time, if you think positively, either you will be firmly rooted in the terra firma or you may go to heaven, but you will never see the pits of hell. There are several instances where some people rose to dizzy heights. All the best to them and good luck to them. We must celebrate such people's success. But at the same time, we must not blame the failures or plight of others who were otherwise positive and innocent in their efforts to reach those dizzy heights. These people also tried to reach the same stardom or level of success in life, but several other outside factors beyond human control acted in such a way that these people could not reach such dizzy heights. This is the case with several actors, stars, athletes, sports people, business people, politicians, administrators, statesmen, etc. in life. All were very good if they thought positively. If they thought negatively, then they had to be responsible for their future plight. Nothing succeeds like success. Believe it or not, love it or leave it. This society and its multitude worships only success in life, whether it is with one individual or the other. These individuals may wrongly think that this society is worshipping them. Only when they reach their zenith and begin coming down do they realize how wrong they were. There is a proverb in the Hindi film industry of Bollywood in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. The proverb is like this: be good to people on your way up because you are certainly going to meet them on your way down. Never ever burn your bridges behind you. It was those very bridges which helped you cross the difficult path towards success. If you burn those bridges, one day or the other, you may have to reluctantly come back towards the place which you initially belonged to. At that time, you will regret that you burnt all those bridges behind you, because this may throw you down into the pits of hell. I will give you an example. There was one common, normal young boy who was good looking, affluent, and who belonged to a very wealthy family. This guy hit it big at an early age of 25. Because he was young and immature, he thought that he will reach the zenith and remain there forever. He became a film actor. His name was Rajesh Khanna and his nickname was Kaka. Because of his affluence and his father's money, this guy acquired film stardom at a very early age. However, at that time, due to his vanity and conceitedness, this guy chose to burn some bridges behind him. He rubbed his own friends during his salad days on the wrong side while climbing up the ladders of success. Thanks to his destiny, karma, his own efforts, and lady luck, this guy acquired stardom to such an extent that he was called a phenomenon in the Hindi Bollywood film industry in the late 60s and early 70s. So powerful both financially as and as a star he had become that people used to say in Hindi, ऊपर आका नीचे काका बाकी सबकी माका. That means above all of us is Aka, that is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Below we have Kaka, that is Rajesh Khanna, and Baki Sab Ki Maka means to hell with all the others in the society. Actually, people did start believing this in Bollywood as well as in the society of those period times. Alas, they did not know that luck is a very fickle and temporary mistress. She is not like genius or money who are only jealous and possessive. She is fickle. She will not stay with the same person for a long period. Rajesh Khanna, who gave 15 super hits during his ride on the horse of success in an 8-year period, began with his own flops at the age of 32. Suddenly, this guy was dismayed, shocked, and distraught to find that all his other films had begun falling. However, as they say in Bollywood, when you are at the road of success, you are the last to know. Similarly, when your downfall starts, you are the last to know. The world and the society come to know about your own destiny long before you do. And by the time you realize where you stand in the society or on the terra firma, it could be very, very late. Rajesh Khanna had a similar problem. He was very late in understanding that he was firmly on the ground by the time the hard knocks of life had hit him black and blue. He realized this very late. For a long time, even during his downfall, he actually believed that this was only a temporary phase. He still believed that he will get back to his original stardom sooner or later, but this was never to happen. During his initial stages or during his initial struggle towards stardom, this man had a friend called Subhash Ghai. Subhash Ghai and Rajesh Khanna began their own career in the acting line at the same time. However, at that time, Subhash Ghai was not as affluent or wealthy or lucky as Rajesh Khanna. Rajesh Khanna stole several roles from Subhash Ghai. Subhash Ghai was shocked and distraught at the carelessness of Rajesh Khanna. However, due to his own plight and circumstances, he decided to eat humble pie and he went and requested his old friend Rajesh Khanna to help him land some roles in the film industry. At that time, Rajesh Khanna sneered at Subhash Ghai and replied sarcastically, "Love it or leave it, Subhash Ghai. You may be my best friend, but I cannot see your face in front of the camera. You do not have the charisma, looks, or attractiveness to make it big as an actor in the film industry." Subhash Ghai had a real come down at a very early age when Rajesh Khanna said this. However, he hung on and went back to his own home in Delhi, which was his hometown. After spending some time at his home, this guy came back and became a writer of sorts. At that time, Rajesh Khanna was riding the pinnacle of success. The same Subhash Ghai, who had now become quite mellow and humble, went to Rajesh Khanna and asked him or requested him to star in some story which he himself, that is Subhash Ghai, had written. Rajesh Khanna imperiously procrastinated this. Suddenly, the fickle lady luck changed sides without the knowledge of both these guys. While Rajesh Khanna's films began flopping, Subhash Ghai began getting ever new assignments in writing and directions. Many of his own films of Subhash Ghai, the man who wanted to become an actor, began succeeding or became hits when he directed films on behalf of other stars. Many of his films became hits, and Subhash Ghai became one of the highest paid producers and directors in in Bollywood at a time when Rajesh Khanna was suffering his own downfall. Not deterred by this, imperiously Rajesh Khanna called Subhash Ghai and told him, "Why don't you do this? You know that I am a phenomenon. I am a superstar. So please launch a film which will be my own comeback vehicle into the film industry." Subhash Ghai, who was riding the pinnacle of success, sneered and replied benignly, "Rajesh Khanna, believe it or not, love it or not, I cannot see your face in front of my camera because you are no more handsome, attractive, and talented, and you lack the charisma of stardom." Rajesh Khanna winced, but he could do nothing only because nothing succeeds like success. Previously, success was with Rajesh Khanna, but now it was with Subhash Ghai. This is a true story according to Bollywood in Mumbai. Never ever judge anyone as inferior to you. You can never say who will climb up the ladder of success and who will not. There have been several cases to prove this point. So, if you are successful, well and good. But if you want to remain successful, you must act in such a way that this fickle mistress called Lady Luck remains with you for a very long time, and she sees to it that you do not suffer downfalls the way those people like Rajesh Khanna suffered. Never ever be callous or sarcastic towards anyone. You never know when that person may sit above your own head and you will not be able to do anything about it just because you will be helpless, and the same careless society will cease to support you and which and will vie with each other to lick that person's boots. So never consider yourself to be superior to anyone in this world. Success can come to anybody, and so whatever happens to you may be caused by the roots of your own deed. You will be or you are actually responsible for sowing seeds which sprouted and grew into a plant and a tree of your own undoing. Other factors like destiny, karma, luck, success, etc., will follow you, but they will bear fruits of success only when the seeds that you sowed in the beginning are fructified and give positive results. This seed will sprout into a plant or a tree or a creeper anyway because it is its destiny. But the choice of the seed is entirely yours. Whether you are sowing seeds of cactus, mangoes, apples, vegetables, or any such thing, it is entirely your own doing. So please remember that if there is somebody who you have to blame for your doing or undoing, then that is you alone. No one else is responsible for this. As I said before, be good to people on your way up because you are also a mortal and an ordinary human being. And in the case of all ordinary human beings, there is one time when their own deeds will catch up with them. If you do good on your way up, you may remain at the top for a longer period. But if unfortunately, because of other circumstances, you have to come down, don't worry because you were good on your way up. Those who you meet on your way down will be kind and friendly to you. On the other hand, if you burn your bridges behind your back when you are climbing up, you will not find a route which will bring you again to terra firma. Instead, you will have to jump into the pits of hell. That is all I wanted to say in this particular video. I conclude it by saying never ever try to be complacent and superiority complex ridden and narcissistic. Always believe that for every camel there is a mountain. For every superior person there is one more superior person. And ultimately there is this supreme personality of Godhead. We all must remember this when we carry on with our own lives in this world or in this particular birth. That is the secret to ultimate success, to self realization, liberation from repeated births and deaths in this material world, and finally getting delivered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular matter. Please give me your own expert views, thoughts, ideas, and opinions so that I may blend everything together for the sake of this society. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.